Hey y'all, so for those of you coming over from part one, where we did the inspection and setup in beta flight, welcome back. For the rest of you, if you're starting with part two, welcome, but make sure you check out part one when you get a chance as well. And let me just say, welcome to all of y'all. Welcome to the Gadget Inspector channel, where we're into all kinds of drones, all kinds of gadgets. If you're into that kind of stuff, you are in the right place, my friend. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to click that bell. That's the way you'll know when I upload new videos. Alright, well, we're going to do our flight test of the Mobula7, the Happymodel Mobula7 today. It's a little breezy, not too bad. So we're just going to fly around this little area here, and then I'm going to put the goggles on and we'll get some FPV action going. Going to be using my Amway Commander V1s today. I do have this Menace Bandicoot linear patch antenna. It's been getting me great reception indoors, so I'm looking to see how well it fares outdoors. And I'm going to be flying with the Taranis QX7 again. Both pieces of equipment I highly recommend. Okay, one thing I want to share with you guys, if I haven't already, is a way to calibrate the accelerometer without going into beta flight. And I'll put up on the screen this little chart that I have here. What you're going to do is take the left stick to the upper left hand corner and the right stick down, and you should hear the quiet beep, just like that. Telemetry lost, telemetry recovered. Uh-oh, it's still doing it. Alright, let's go ahead and get in the air. I'm just going to fly in angle mode. It's a little thing, but I can really tell that it has a lot of power. That throttle is really sensitive, seems like. Whoa, that sucker wants to move. And it is a little windy. There is wind out here. It's cutting through that wind, no problem though.
3 minutes.
Alright, let's go ahead and do a punch. I know this sucker has some power. I can feel it. Oh yeah. You see how it kind of yawed to the right there? Let's try it again. Now I'm going to give it some throttle. See how it's going to the right? Might be something for me to check out in beta flight. Wow.
2 minutes.
It feels light, you know what I mean? It is light, but it feels that way on the sticks, you know what I mean? But it's a good little flyer. Let's bring it back here. This is gonna be something else when I put those goggles on. Yeah, buddy.
2 minutes.
Whoa. So if you've been hearing about the power of the Mobula7, well, I can confirm that those reports are accurate. Those little 17,000 kV motors, brushless motors, are legit.
1 minute.
Alright, I'm going to land it here and put the goggles on because I want to get some FPV going, man. And next thing you'll see is some footage. Thanks for sticking with me. We got to land, buddy. You don't want to land, do you?
Ignition off.
Okay, I want to show you guys how well turtle mode works. It works really well. I have the Emax Tiny Hawk, and turtle mode with the stock props does not work, but this one has no problem flipping over. So let's say you came down, you had a crash, the quad is upside down, you're going to disarm, and then based on whatever switch you've set, I've set my reverse, or my switch to reverse the motors to here. So I bring it down, it starts to beep, I'm going to arm, and as you can see, it flips right over. Super cool. Okay, disengage it,
Ignition
disarm, and then it'll go back to regular flight.
Ryan Litzel.
Okay, y'all, this was my second flight with the goggles on, and first things first, this thing is fun to fly. It's very smooth, and I hope that's coming across in the footage. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that it feels very much like flying a large racing drone, or let's just say it doesn't feel like you're flying a little whoop-sized drone. This thing has ample power to do whatever you want and reacts immediately to your stick commands. And hopefully how fast it is coming through in the footage as well. Man, I was going through all kinds of gaps at high speeds. Flips and rolls were easy and smooth, but it didn't feel out of control, you know? I always felt in control because this thing it's just snappy. That's the best way I can describe it, snappy. Throttle response is immediate and gives you that oomph you need when you need it. It's not perfect though. Did you see that? I don't know if you've been noticing it, but when I make sharp turns, it does hang a bit. You know what I mean? It kills the momentum a little, but it's pretty minor to me, man. It was windy, and this little thing is light in the weight department. I was actually looking for trees and gaps to go through with this thing. I'm sitting there like, why haven't I done FPV here before? See, it did it again there. This is like the perfect spot, right? My first crash. It was in the grass, so it was unfazed. I just rearmed and got back in the air. But honestly, this is the first quad that I felt comfortable flying here because it's so small, so light. My ET115 is a good candidate, but if that hits somebody, it's going to hurt. The Mobula7 replaces the LDARC ET115 as my absolute favorite micro. Not even close. It's so smooth and natural feeling to do rolls and just keep it moving. Keep an eye on that flight time and battery level in the lower left hand corner. I try not to go below 3.1, 3.2 on the batteries. So right about now I'm starting to think about landing, but I was having too much fun, y'all. Now I'm starting to venture out a little bit further, and you can see the RSSI value up there in the upper left hand corner. Finally worked up the guts to try a power loop. Not a very good one, but this thing can definitely pull those off. That's crazy, y'all, for real. I disarmed there a little bit prematurely because the batteries were dropping below 3 volts, so I didn't want to damage them. Then I got over a little closer and shut it on down. 3 minutes, 40 seconds of flight time on a 45-degree windy day. Not too bad, I don't think.
Okay, y'all, so I'm sitting here, I'm actually editing the video right now, and I'm playing back the FPV footage, and man, it's making me want to go out and fly this little Mobula7. So, you know, I like it. I think that's probably coming through. Now, I did have some issues when setting it up with the telemetry giving me these weird messages. Check part 1 of the review. I go through that in a little more detail, but outside of that, maybe the build, you know, I think it's a little bit flimsy feeling. I'm talking about the frame. So if you do get one of these, you probably want to invest in some extra frames, you know, some parts. I'm probably going to order some. I had one crash like that you saw in the video, Oops, my dryer just stopped. Hopefully that wasn't too loud, but I had one crash in the video. It held up fine, but I just don't know how that frame's gonna hold up over time. So I recommend getting some more. And man, get you some more batteries, man. Get you some more batteries. 3 minutes, 40 seconds, I think it was what the flight time was. That's a nice flight time, but man, I'm getting more batteries. I'll put a link in the description box to some 300 milliamp hour batteries that I found on Amazon, a 6-pack. That's what I'm going for. But anyway, I could keep talking about this thing. Check the description box for my pros and cons. I'll sit down and think about it a little bit more and just throw those down there. But look, this is my favorite quad right now for micro FPV quads. It was the LDARC ET115, which I still like. That one's, you know, built like a tank. But this one, man, it flies so much like bigger drones. It has just so much power, man. It's hard to explain. If you're trying to get into this, I'm not trying to sell you. I'm not. If you're trying to get into this though, and you're looking for a good little drone to get started with, I still recommend the King Kong or the LDR ARC ET115 because it's so durable and it's so forgiving. But I recommend this Mobula just because of all you get. It's just, I'll just leave it at that, man. So thank y'all for watching, man. As always, be good to somebody, be good to yourself. I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.